Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of ATFC Auto-TerrafirmaCraft, the mod pack which combines TerrafirmaCraft and Create on version 1.18.2. Let's get started. Yes, so this is TerrafirmaCraft. If you are not familiar with this mod, it basically it makes Minecraft way more primitive. So it gives their seasons, time of day, food values. You have to max out all of these. You've got to actually eat grain, fruit, vegetables, protein or dairy, temperature and rain. Then this is a manual for actually TerraFirmaCraft. To actually start TerraFirmaCraft, you just need to collect some sticks off of the floor. You can also get twigs from the trees. And I am playing with shaders if you can't already tell. You also need to collect these rocks off the floor, because in this you don't get metal tools until you can actually melt down the metal. So for early on, we're going to have to be using a mechanic called napping. To actually nap tools, you need 2 rocks in your inventory. I have 16. Then you right click on the rock and it will open the GUI. Then you basically need to remove, this is a 5x5 grid. You basically need to remove these rocks until you get a tool. That's pretty cool animation. This is the recipe for a stone axe. Paleolithic, this is the recipe for a stone knife. Recipe for a stone shovel. This is the recipe for a stone hoe. And to actually make the tools, you just combine all of these with a stick in your crafting grid. Then you can get the stone tools. And there is going to be no pickaxe in this. Not yet, at least. So these are the only tools which we get to use. Now we can actually chop trees down. Lovely. And one side note, the stone axe, it does not drop all of these logs until we actually craft the metal tools. It's inefficient at chopping trees down. I'll gather just a little bit of wood because we are going to need it. The next thing which I should be looking for is clay. Clay is going to be used to actually make the first item storage, which are going to be the clay vessels and pots. And we also need it for tool casting, and pretty much everything is going to rely on the clay this early on. We also need to be looking for some food. Like, these are snowberry bush hiding. Can we actually pick these up? Yeah, no, don't do that. That wastes them. We'll leave them there. Wait, do you need a hoe to pick these up? Yes, you do. Okay, I'm going to take these with me. These are going to be useful for food. Rotten flesh. Plenty of rotten flesh. Might mark that. In this, you also need to drink water. I'm not sure if this is fresh or salt water. It's fresh water. We can drink the fresh water and it will fill up that blue bar in the bottom right above my toolbar. Silty loam mud. This might actually be really important as a building material. We'll collect a little bit of this. Ooh, some wild pumpkins. I'll definitely take these. These will be good for a farm. That looks like a bear. I'm going to stay away from him. This is a quail. Finding loads of wildlife here. Okay, well, we have not found any clay yet. I am going to try to clear this area out. Oh yeah, we also get straw, which we are going to need for some stuff. By the looks of it, you get it from breaking any of these grass blocks with a hoe. I think you also get it from using the knives. I would like to craft a fire starter to actually be able to make a campfire. I believe it's 3 sticks thrown on the ground. Then 1 log, if I can actually get it over there. I think you can throw down some of this straw. Then we should be able to hit this with a fire starter. Then we get a fire pit. It's a good light source. To actually keep this fire pit lit, you just need to put logs in this left bar here. You can put sticks in here, and this will craft into torches. Pretty basic. You can also cook food in here, although you do need to be careful. If you leave it in here, it will burn the food and it will void it. Yeah, torches are going to be very nice at the moment. We get the dynamic lighting effect from holding a torch, so it's not going to be incredibly dark when we walk around now. Now we're back to exploring. We're still looking for clay and somewhere to build a pretty good campsite. Somewhere where we can settle down for a little while. Somewhere where it's going to be close to the water. And also, where would a good place be? Close to water. Big area so that we can actually grow some crops. Ooh, wild tomatoes are good. So these are going to be our first food source. So we can collect the seeds from them, which we just have. And we can now eat some tomatoes. So we're not going to die of starvation now. Oh, are these rabbits? They are rabbits. Hello, rabbits. So one of the main reasons why I'm playing this now, I've changed from super symmetry to this. I just kind of feel like I need something a little bit fresh. I need something which doesn't have Greg, because I'm also doing GTNH for Twitch. I'm currently playing that at the moment on Twitch. So I sort of want something a little bit more different to Greg Tech on YouTube. Hence why we're doing this. And I also have never played TFC for YouTube or Twitch, and I haven't played it in a while. Hence why we're doing this. And this mod pack has everything which I love. It's a new version. It's got TerrafirmaCraft. It also has the Create mod, which I'm also excited because that's all integrated into TFC. So there's a few reasons why I want to play this. There's some of the reasons. Hello deer. That is a deer, isn't it? Yes, it is. Cool. Wild rye is also very useful. We can craft this into bread. If I can actually find it in my inventory. Yeah, you can grind this into grain, then straw, and then you can get bread out of it. The moon is beginning to set, which should mean the sun will begin rising. So I suppose the other thing which I'm looking for on the surface, I'm looking for tiny rocks. Well, many tiny minerals for copper early on. More rye. More hematite. So this is going to be important, but not right now. This is going to be iron. Make sure to mark this. Yeah, this will be important way later on when we actually need to craft iron. Oh, is this is clay? Yay, we found clay. Okay, well, I'm going to mark this. So we'll do clay. Then I'm going to collect some of this. Perfect. That is 2 stacks of clay, and my inventory is very full. Right, well, I'm still gonna... I'm actually thinking maybe we should go over here. Like, there's a pretty decent sized lake, or we should go over here. I think I'm gonna go and check them out. I want to just see what the area around there is. What's upset with you, Wolf? Are you sleeping? You are sleeping. Okay, so this is the lake which we wanted to come to. Pretty big lake, actually. I think that's a fruit tree on the map. It's a shame that this area doesn't have a lot of trees nearby. Ideally, I want a place where it's got fresh water, pretty clear, and then behind there's going to be a location for trees. Yeah, this is some water. Can we drink it? Yes, we can. That's fine. I'm going to set up camp here. So we need to craft. I should probably clear out just a little area. I can hear a zombie. So recipe for the campfire again. 3 sticks, 1 log. Then I'll throw a piece of straw. Not sure if we actually do or don't need it. Torches. Okay, let's redo that again. 3 sticks, log, and 1 piece of straw. So we can let this fuel run out and the campfire will actually stay here. So what do we desperately need? We need to get some storage going. So to be able to get some early storage, the clay which we just collected, you can also nap this into loads of different shapes. So these unfired vessels are what we are going to make. Let's start with 2. Then next up, let's see if I can actually remember how to make this. This will be a water jug. Unfired jug. We're going to make a couple of these. Then to actually be able to set this up, we definitely want to clear all of these areas, all of these plants around here, because these will catch on fire. So to set these up, you press the V key on your keyboard. It's default keybind. You can place these anywhere on the ground. I think you can actually place anything on the ground using that key, but for what we want to place all of these in this little hole on the ground. Then you need 8 pieces of straw, then 8 logs. This will basically cover this up, and this is ready for a pit kiln. Then you grab the fire starter, shift right click over it. It will catch this on fire. Then we need to wait 8 minutes, and then the result of this will be the fired pottery which we made, fired vessels, and the jugs. Oh, I finished. I did finish, didn't it? Interesting. Yes, so these are hot, so you can't open them yet. They do need to cool down. We might need to actually throw these in some water. Yeah, that does cool them down. So now we can open these and we can store loads of stuff in them. And if you store food in these, it does extend the expiry date. So you can see this expires on July 5th at 6:02. It doesn't say AM or PM. If you place it in here, it now says August 7th, 5:04. So these vessels do increase the expiry time. And the ceramic jugs, this will just allow us to fill this with water. And we can now carry water around with us. So the snowberry bushes, we can also plant these anywhere we want. And they will just slowly grow, and hopefully they'll produce some berries which we want. Right, so I want to go and chop some more logs down. So I wanted to craft up 4 more of these vessels, since we have the clay. I mean, we've got loads of clay. And just as a little thing, you can drop a torch on these and it will light them, so you don't need to use the fire starter. Lovely little feature. And once these have finished hardening, I need to go out and I need to go and look for some copper. Now we can get these vessels. Let's pick up all of these, cool them down. Then we are going to start storing loads of stuff. Right, shall we see if we can find some copper? I'm also going to mark this area as my home, because I did get lost, just so that we know where to come to. Cool, wild potatoes. I'll definitely pick these up. More potatoes. So copper does actually spawn in basalt. We need to find the surface rocks first. Speaking of, native copper. Okay, we'll mark this as copper. So we should probably, let's mark these with a torch. Let's go from this block here. I basically want to go over here until the small pieces of copper stop. So about here. Okay, now I'm going to pick up some of these. Need 10 pieces for the first tool, which is going to be a pickaxe. I think we've got most of the pieces of copper, haven't we? Okay, well this is going to be enough for 1 pickaxe. I am definitely willing to see if we can explore a little bit more and find another copper vein, because I would quite like 2 ingots of copper. Well, something died here. That was a horse. Okay, yeah, we're gonna leave them alone. Ooh, gold. Gold also isn't too bad, actually. I think marble is actually quite useful. Yes, marble can be used to make flux, which we are going to need for welding ingots together. So this is going to be very useful. We found some cranberry bushes. I'll definitely take these. Ah, some more copper. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. Okay, let's head back home. We are back home. Let's take out this clay. The 2 tools which I'm going to make at the moment, I'm going to need a clay pickaxe mold, an unfired pickaxe head mold. Then we also want to look up the recipe, prospector, for the unfired pro pig head mold. This is the recipe for it. Place these in my pit kiln. Might as well do another clay vessel. Then the vessel which we emptied, we are going to just place the 20 copper nuggets which we have, small native copper, in here. This will be 2 ingots worth. Fill this up with 8 straw, then 8 of any of the logs. Throw a torch on it, and now we wait for this to finish. I suppose we can also cook up this horse meat. Okay, raw horse meat, we can cook this in the fire pit. It just gives more saturation and more protein out of it. And I think it also extends the expiry date. Right, now that this is finished, there is also another note. You have to work very quickly with this because the copper in here will actually solidify in the vessel, and then you won't be able to work with it. So we need to cool these molds down. Yeah, it did solidify. Okay, we're gonna have to try that again. At least we can cool down these pick molds if we place these in here. Take 2. Right, should we try this again? Get this out quickly. Pick up these molds. We can pour the copper inside these molds. Let's get the prospectus pick also. Right, that will empty the vessel. Now we just need to wait for these to cool down. I'm so happy that this is a feature. Throwing these inside water in the world. We've got even more vessels to store stuff in. Oh, and that jug actually broke. This is why I make a backup jug, because they do have a chance of breaking. Right, so let's actually store some stuff. Let's put some straw in here. Sure, some rocks. Okay, that should be good. To actually get these out, we just need to put this in the crafting table. It will break the mold, but that's honestly, it's a good waste of clay. Now we get the pickaxe and the prospectus pick. These just get crafted with any stick, and that will give you the tool. Apparently a very, very loud advancement. And we can also make this prospectus pick. We now have some basic tools. We are going to use said basic tools to try and find where this copper vein is. So I've marked out these 2 areas with these torches, here and over there. So roughly we should be able to find out where the center is. And the way I actually search for these veins So here it's found a small sample of native copper. We basically want to go as far away until we stop picking up a reading. So no reading on this block. Then we will go in this direction. Traces. Found nothing, found nothing. Small, let's go about there. So that should give a rough idea. Then we want to roughly go into the center of here. Until we get to a point where this native copper is not being picked up. Nothing here. About there. So that has given us a rough idea on where the center of this ore vein actually is. So that torch is there. It probably is actually about here, which is a bit surprising. So for now, we are just going to mine down and see if we can find this vein. Lovely. We have found the copper vein. Yeah, this is exactly what we're looking for. We are looking for copper. And it's normal copper. Normal and rich. Ooh. Very nice. Yeah, the rich variants give more copper when you melt them. Normal ones, they give 25 millibuckets of copper. Rich is 35. Small is 10. Then poor is another variant that gives 15. Well, I am going to end the episode here. I'm very happy with this. We got a pretty good start going. We found copper. We now have Prospector's Pick and a copper pickaxe. And I think the first thing which I'll be doing next episode is going to be a little bit mining early on. Mining a little bit of this copper because we're going to need it for all of the tools which we're going to make. Well, I hope you all enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed recording and creating it. I hope to see you all again some other time.